before you murder me, please think about the consequences of your actions. Anyway, good weekend, everyone. I am your lovely game navigator, ManintehHat, and we are going to be continuing some great Ace Attorney 2 today. Actually, we can just go immediately to this screen. Pick, invert. This is going to bug out a little bit, but oh well. Not? We'll see. And how is everyone today? I have been kind of waiting for today, to be honest with you. I really want to get through this game, so I think this is all we're going to be streaming for a bit. I still need to work on getting Pokemon back on the schedule, which I really want to do. I need to talk to Max Volt, as he's the one who wants to do the project. I haven't heard anything from him yet. The other thing is, I know I mentioned this Tuesday, I'm going to mention it again now. We are going to be missing some Saturdays coming up. And pull those up real quick. Where's Discord? So, March 30th, I will be in Indianapolis and will not be able to stream. That'll be another Saturday we were missing. Then immediately the week after, we will not have another Saturday stream because I will be in Detroit. Then I will be fine for quite a bit until May 31st, when I'll be back in Indianapolis. And if I play my cards right, I will be gone and be in Austin, Texas. Yes, Nationals this year are in Austin. So, yeah, I would love to go. Badly for Evo. Meets his okay. Well, yes. I am trying to get my invite for Nationals in Yu-Gi-Oh! This year. You'll probably be starting seeing Yu-Gi-Oh! Sneak in here and there as Indianapolis and Detroit approach. We might do just like a little bit of like Omega at the start and then continue on Greatest Attorney, or we get to a good stopping point and like, let's stop here. We still got 3 hours to go, so we'll just play a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Get practice in. As the events get closer, you'll probably see it. It'll probably be like maybe the week and the week 2 weeks before, or just the week of. That'll probably be sneaking into streams as I'm trying to get practice in. Other than that, Pokemon's on the schedule. Greatest Attorney 2's, we're halfway through it, I'm guessing, at this point. I'm trying to think, what's next after Greatest Attorney 2? I guess now's a good time to say exclamation point games would be an amazing band to know about, as it's got access to my 2 backlogs. Backloggery, which is every game I own, and Rank 1, which is specifically for stream. Let me look at the rank 1 real quick. Persona 4 Golden, Tales of Arise, Seal the Deal needs to come back and be finished. We're not following up with Apollo Justice as much as I want to do that on stream. That is not happening. I might end up finishing that on my own time and we may revisit it on stream. Live Alive, Training Strategy. We got a lot of long games, not a lot of short games. Definitely need to think about getting Pokemon back on the schedule. Looking at my collection over here. It's easier than looking through through Backloggery. Backloggery gets the digital. really want to do a PS5 game, and I don't have many, or a PS4 game. By the way. Yeah, those games are not sure they're being blocked out. That is Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5. Trying to order seems tempting. We might actually do that. We'll see. Keep an eye on those links. We'll be playing a lot lately. Anyways, I've killed enough time here. Let's go hop into Great Ace Attorney 2. I'm still in studio mode. There. Continue. Oh, I'm muted in Discord, so that's not updating, but you can still hear me. What? Okay, no, there we go. Shall continue. We left off talking to Susato. Did we get through everything? Yes, but we now have a new thing to do. You know, Alice doesn't have the opportunity to return to Great Britain. Certainly not so soon. It's funny, for the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court as you're suited back in Japan. Please note, although I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance. So what your father said in his letter about a Ryutaro takedown is reserved? Well, anyway, I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again in any way I can. Thank you, Mr. Susato. My pleasure, Mr. Naruhodo. I think we need to present something to her. Let's go to Lord Chief Justice. Oh yeah, this is where we need to go. 23rd October, British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart? I wonder. Never seen her before. Hi, Strongheart. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result. Oh. You mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment? Sham science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Lord Van Zeeks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing. Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taking in. A special dispensation that prevents the investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time. It's scrap metal now, is it? Till later then, Lord Strongheart. Yes, thank you. Who was that? That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's Extreme Chief Coroner. She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact. Oh, I see. But Mr. Asman. Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory. Cool, a new location. Alright. Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time. So he's not running quite so particularly late anymore. Oh, start talking. What exactly is the forensic investigation you mentioned before? Yes, it'd be good to have details about. The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace the forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago, now, unofficially of course, to pave the way. Goodness, a year ago? At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of our work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. Once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly. What do you mean? For too long, the scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. London scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. I intend to see it personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known to protect our honor and our future. With those eyes, he means every word. Oh, he is serious. Dr. Sykes is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Ms. Manintehhat. Oh, yes, my lord? Father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way to represent the Empire of Japan. Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month. Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? Dr. Mikotoba, I mean. It was many years ago now, but yes. I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well. We may have our link. Dr. Mikotoba! Memory serves. It was 15 years ago now. Father came to Britain as a visiting student. It was the year I was born, so yes, 16 years ago in fact. Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science. Jigoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge. The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way. I didn't think that you were. Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at the largest the largest hospitals, I guess. Dr. Sykes was also there then, as it happens. And Dr. Sykes knows my father, does she? She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I have no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total. 6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it? I lived with my grandmother in those years, okay? He left his newly born daughter behind for 6 whole years. Wow. It was a rather turbulent time at home. Well, perhaps father wanted a reason to get away. What do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time. Lord Van Zeeks. I want to ask you about Lord Van Zeeks, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right? Japanese are a thorough lot. Done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was the very incident that gave rise to the Reaper. What? I'm sorry. What? Why? His brother, Clint Van Zeeks, was murdered. It was just after young Barak had graduated from the University of London and became a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing. Rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say what other Barak Von Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind. Oh my word! So, Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper? It's the ghost of his brother? I don't know about that. Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains if possible. Are you well versed in science then? Not in the slightest. I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Special dispensation legally investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Seitz's team of forensic will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you don't touch nothing. Or as you touch nothing. Thank you. Being able to look at it is better than nothing. I'll be able to see it too. Your time is up. Yeah, it's been 7 minutes and 39 seconds. I'm afraid my next engagement calls. We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you are so busy, my lord. Stormtrooper. I have important matters to attend in preparation for the symposium, you understand? So Strongheart knows Mika Toba. Mika Toba knows the coroner. And this was all as Susato was born. We're really spinning a big web here. The forensics laboratory. Ooh, spooky. 23rd of October, forensics laboratory. I believe this is it. Dr. Seitz's laboratory. The chemical smell really assaults the nose, and there's plenty of it to assault the eyes in here too. It looks as though the doctor isn't here. We're here now, might as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you've become, Miss Susato. You could just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. So he really wants me to examine, apparently. Well, first thing I notice is blood, but that's not proccing anything. We have tools over here. Table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it looks quite innocent. And when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing. It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You either have to put a cast iron constitution, or a really terrible sense of smell. Let's look at the book she was talking about. Look at this big thick book here. It appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of forensic investigation team spending, I think. Oh? That's not good. What is it? It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. For 500? Must be working really hard on dissecting corpses. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. Scalpel blades can be sharpened, too. Yeah! And it does seem a bit strange. You're right. 500 scalpels a month? What could they possibly be using all of them for? They just grow legs and disappear. What are you doing? Woo! Waiting for you. Hello. I'm sorry. You waited. If you'd snoop around, that's acceptable to you. At least, is it? Well, what do you want? That's a snake in her sleeve. I'm not sure Hi, Moon. How was stream? I see I have a Ship of Harkenian tab open right now. Good Shinji Kiki, but you know, yeah, after you cheated him in. Can't wait to see him like him. Yeah, I know he's gonna be busted for you. We'll see where that goes. You cheat Shinji in? Never. Yeah, totally. It's almost like I've seen you do it before. Anyway, we are investigating our second part of investigation for the trial of electrokinetic instant telekinesis or something like that. Hallucinating, it's all been a dream. It's all been a dream, huh? Yeah, and I'm also dreaming that you're suspiciously trying to remember what state I live in. Yes, suspicious. Kinda got a whole month. Yeah, that's good. It was you who soon basically tell. Yes, I know it's teleportation, but I want to use their words, Hawk. Me and Arctic were talking, that's all. That's fine. I mean, Michigan's one of the few states you can travel 11 hours and still be in the same state. The only other ones I can think of are California, Florida, and Texas. It was, who you assume? Didn't remember you were bordering Canada. Yeah, so there not many options there then. I was going to say on the victim's body, Mr. Osmond's body, I mean. So we came to ask you about your findings on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. Lord Chief Justice is giving his consent. I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. When we're done, you must leave immediately. Really does not want me snooping around. Stupid cold. I'm sorry, Moon. At least this time you haven't gotten me sick. I'm perfectly fine. Yeah. I think you were doing a great job streaming today, Moon. Alright, so your team to the examination scene. Victim, Mr. Odie Osmond, who disappeared from the experimentation is amid an explosion. And Mr. Osmond, who appeared almost later partly up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. But that can't be right. I was determined to get Shinji. They'll probably finish harder or something on next stream. And then next stream is sadness. Yes, sadness. You're not in October yet. You're still in September. You've got time. You got a whole month. I don't know what you're talking about. The movie is so much better. He joins a month sooner. So he joins in August? Jeez, maybe I really do need to watch the movies. If they're on Crunchyroll, I can watch them. If they're anywhere else, I'm gonna have a hard time finding them. That can't be right. Yeah, Ken joins just before that full moon too. YouTube? I have YouTube. I can look up YouTube. It was an elaborate trick. We can only speculate about how it was carried out. Of all places, YouTube. I feel like that's a copyright infringement waiting to happen. Two people who look very similar to each other were involved. They could have made it to appear as one single person in switch places, couldn't they? Very true. They've been there for ages. That's true. But still, it feels like a copyright problem that waiting to happen. Yeah, it made a story change that. Like, I'm glad to hear that. Sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who reappeared is the same person. Fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident. Ah, fingerprints. Not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system. One day, we used investigative aid as a matter of course. Yep. Fine. That would mean instantaneous kinesis actually took place. Yeah, instantaneous kinesis. That's what it's called. Well, where does that leave us? My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body can move from one place to another. Enemies live, that's even more tragic, as crazy as that sense. What? What? What do you mean, Moon? How does it get even more tragic? Did you get attached to them eat more? I mean, you can DM it to me with spoiler text. I'll probably end up watching it. I gotta get my buddy through Persona 3 Reload before I watch it, though, so it's gonna be a bit since he has all of Rebirth to do and then all of Reload to do. And I don't know if he finished Golden, because he said he was gonna do Golden before he did Reload. So, yeah, it gonna be a bit before him and I watch it. He's an RPG fan. Has he updated his backloggery? No, he hasn't. I totally am out. I mean, go ahead, do what you want. I don't care. If you do share it with me, Moon, just make sure it's in spoiler text. Alright. Enjoy your lunch. You deserve it, Moon. Feel better. Have some soup. It'll make you feel better, I promise. Back to Cat. Alright. Doesn't clear anything else. Made the whole thing even more of a mystery. And now we must leave. Leg doctor! Mama, what is this? Ah! Where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh. Hello, to meet you. Pleased to meet you? I'm a defense lawyer. Ryonosuke Naruhodo. Mama? Yes. Can I cut this one up? Oh no. What? Scalpel and butcher. Never seen inside an Eastern prison before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen. Very well seen. Boring. I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're pale as a corpse. Let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Oh, that's our cue to leave. I guess it's time to go investigate the hunk of rubble. 23rd of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds. Foot of the Crystal Tower. Dog! I had no idea there were so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. Moon, you're not the only one with a dog on their stream. And she won't be here to witness it. Wait, I missed some text. It's feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds at this point. Has it? I shut my brain down, so I didn't really notice, to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. There you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long. Ginny? Oh. Oh, Inspector Gregson. So you're hard at work as usual? Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met. What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning. Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side. Oh. Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice. He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more. Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Boy, get over here, Gina. Dog. The dog's so cute. I wish I could hide the text box. She seems to be playing with a puppy, probably giving it that traditional East End training. Gina? She's a police officer now? Amazing, isn't it? She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep. I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely. What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London. No! Our infinite crisps! Or chips, whatever you want, whatever they're called over there. I'm not English. The infinite chips are going away. It's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along. Nah, not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is. France? I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley. But France, it's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there? That's the way the adult world works, Sunshine. Now don't go poking your nose where it's not wanted. I mean, Ryanosuke has a good point. It's France. It's got its own legal system, its own laws, completely separate from London, with nothing in change. Like, nothing's pretty much the same. I'm intended to take the kid with me when I go. What? You're taking Gina to Paris? Can't leave her here in London. Who knows what would become of her? Good, I got that muted in time. I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocket, Mr. Dorado. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh, of course. That's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it? Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina. Don't go blabbing, you hear me? No, of course not. I've got to keep that diving deepa safe and sound until all this is over, at least. Shouldn't be this busy for a Saturday. It's called single coverage. I've been preaching that since I was about to quit there, Hawk. They don't give you extra bodies when you really do need a second person on weekends. In my opinion, there should be a 6 to 2, a 9 to 5, and then your normal afternoon shift of 2 to 10. And then your 10 to 6. I've been preaching that since I quit. And even before that. Boy, did you just call me a bloomin' diving diva again? So you heard that, did you? Right, well, any questions about the scene? You can put them to my capable detective diva here. Oh, the dog's gone. Alright, you're the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here. I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, got a new dog, have you? Dog! Oh, it's so cute! Isn't he great? Toby's his name. He's so cute. I agree. Oh, how delightful. He's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog seems lovely. Does seem lovely, but it's not so lovely Inspector Correction that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Shall converse. Well, that changed so quickly. Investigating the scene. Gina? We're actually hoping to investigate the scene again. Alright, so if it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, sorry, is it? I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. He barks! Machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume? I haven't actually seen it yet, so don't mind. Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze. Oh? Like I told Otto yesterday, even I ain't allowed near that wreck. Is it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? Hey, Toby. The Special Dissertation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one. That's why only a lot of them are allowed to investigate. What are they called? The forensic something? The Forensic Investigation Team? Is that what you're thinking of? That's the one, yeah. He's an airhead, and I love her. But isn't that a case that the special dissertation have been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to commission from some bigwig or other as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something? Oh, that's why it changed already. Because we went to Strongheart first. So we skipped the step. Okay. Sure. I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. You mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah. Apparently he's always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. Eh? You what? You've met him? Last time the boss was called to go see him. He waited for 3 hours at Cove's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we don't touch anything. Oh yeah? Honestly. Right then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, he'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. Not his infinite chips! So you're still saying this is above board, are you? I'm sure everything will be fine. It really would be tragic. Alright then. Against the stairs, off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina. Today's trial was great, weren't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in a court and not spending the whole time worrying I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets on all your previous court appearances, didn't you? No, not the regenerating chips. My thoughts exactly, Hawk. He's gonna take him to France with him anyway. Okay, well, we won't have our regenerating chips. Hang on, we need my camera. We won't have my regenerating chips anymore. The shambles, the pain, the misery. Anyway, you keep conflict serious in your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and Otto's made things hard for me every single time and all. No! Just doing my job, you know. But watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. Theatrics, my dear. It's amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. The boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? In time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer, what's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber? That's the one, yeah. Police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be. putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He's always giving him gut ache. I love her words. It's just hard to read at times. Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food. Engineer's whereabouts. Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they had any luck. He's really funny looking. Got two eyes, well, don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. Little devil's got it. Sorry. Who? You know, that Scowling Reaper was always lugging down glasses with that weird red flunk. Ah, Lord Van Zeeks. It's always added in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, man. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. I'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee. The way I see it, choices between a chip guzzling detective and a chow slugging demigod. Equally bad off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the old fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. He just a Drebber at all? Toby the dog! Where'd you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi! Don't be so flaming rude, Otto. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mutt, alright. Toby's... Oh, what did they put it? Oh yeah, he bona fide a detective. I'll see myself out. Great one. That was a great one. Greatest dirty. That was great. Sorry. I'm giving him proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? He looks so happy. I just noticed he has a bandana that matches Gina's. The police dog, is he? Police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they've already been used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. Used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all. Fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell that undergarments have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. That's nothing compared to this little fellow Otto. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby Ears got a good whiff of your drawers, you could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruto, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. Yeah. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Odo, there's going to be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right. One of these days, they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that Toby Ears, Britain's first police dog. The first of many to come. Found him down in the East End the other day. Some ad just chucked him out on the street. There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Can he be in our evidence now? No, he's not. I would love to see a dog profile picture in the court record. Alright. This is part of the air balloon, which I'm trying to mention. What's left of the green balloon's envelope. All of us explode on the day in the incident. Poor Professor Harebrain. You'd feel sorry for him when his dreams shattered like this. Someone's well and trusty burst this bubble, as it were. Ouch. I'm a bad person. Ouch, indeed. I don't see anything else that sticks out, so up we go. Stairs lead up the experimentation stage to explore and see what we can find out. I'm kidding, it really is a hunk of scrap. (23rd of October), the Great Exhibition Grounds experimentation stage. Oh my, this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. Extraordinary length the professor's harebrain went in order to obtain research. I don't know. The professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that. You never see such grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh look, is that Lord Van Zeeks? I didn't expect to see him here. So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Miss Suzuko? Already? He is the Reaper. Do well to keep our distance. We have permission to be here from the top. Perfectly well to allow to investigate this machine as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. We can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. Alright, let's address... What a terrible explosion was. Steel girders had buckled and twisted in the blast. What they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. Remember that metal grill on the floor? It was designed to open. It does, doesn't it? The floor had opened precise when the explosion occurred. The birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. If there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? That's important to know. Let's talk to Lord Van Zeeks. Least approachable man in the world, winner 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistants stand firm behind you. Lord Van Zeeks. What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Well, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Well, the thing is, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything. Well, we disturbed him. Yet you've managed to disturb me. Ah, I knew it! Ah. Never mind. State your business then. He read them. He also chose to ignore them. No, he did not choose to ignore them. Susie decided to ignore them. She's the cause of this issue right now. Those are quite a few things I would like to have asked Lord Van Zeeks about. None of which is this that awful case, even though that's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. I want to know about your brother. So Clint. What's the name of your older brother? I understand. Lord Van Zeeks? You Nipponese always been on guard whenever you're around. So you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Alright, it is a bit like that. older brother is also a prosecutor who is the pride of the Anzique's family. Tragically, this just killer took him from us. Professor, you mean? It is something funny. That's the extent of what we've discovered, is it? You shouldn't be surprised. Sorry? There's more to it then? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. Are you going to tear all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in the historic incident? Happens, Lord Ventix. It's a rather curious case to come to our attention. Are you aware of the ManintehHat's Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month I featured in one of the displays there for public scorn. Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have the exhibit equipped. Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom. Particular waxwork, which... Wait, you mean... Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. I was not aware of that. It's turned as white as a sheet. Enoch Drebber. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Surely that goes without saying. We are very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to the Professor Harebrain, was a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So I was just wondering. I realize it's probably not possible, but very much appreciate any more clues that you can give us. Wow, she's the that son. Really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Yeah, she is like that. Fine. Why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Though it appears he had already had the black monocle at that time. What? Oh. No, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow. Which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? Because you're helping the other side. What is that about Lord Manzix? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. Photograph of Trevor. His apprentice. Hear me out. The file requested for the trial tomorrow. Hear me out. Do we know what his hair looks like? It could. Yeah, it could be the masked man could be Drebber. Hear me out. Facial structure matches. It's from this angle that eye looks like, kind of like black, like the monocle. Thank you. Hey, Susie. Are you all right? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Vanzeek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Sister-san can see it too. Lord Van Zeeks, let me speak with your apprentice for a moment. With him? Why? Kazuma-sama. I'm sorry. I went down the wrong train. I took the wrong train out of London, that's for sure. Kazuma? Don't believe it. Your posture, your presence can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Yeah. Can it really be you, Kazuma? Well, wait. Too late. What's going on here? Your apprentice, my good sir. What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. Huh? Since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced me about 3 months ago now. Instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. He didn't tell you why, did he? Man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. His amnesia? Tomorrow he will appear in court at my side. What? He's to serve as my judicial assistant, Lord Sharkheart's orders. In court with us? We have to go up against Kazuma? Oh god. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. Definitely saw a reaction there. Poor Susie. Sister called up like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. She called out Cosmo-san. Wait. I know you've seen this around my arm before, but what is it exactly? It's the mark of a defense lawyer, in Japan at least. What's your reason for returning to a British prosecutor? Oh, well, I don't know really. Understand at least. There's merit in reminding yourself that who helped you become what you are today. Oh. That's a personal matter, something you may want to keep close at all times. Not something to flaunt. No, I suppose not. Thank you for your understanding, though. I got no word for that! Yeah. Investigated that. Over here. Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All the different architecture from all corners around of the world. It does make you feel a bit like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention. It is very subjective, isn't it? Japanese buildings, all their wood and paper construction, have excellent ventilation. I realize the British buildings, made from brick and stone, are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about things you've done in other countries, the more you understand your own. Yes, I do agree with you. I can't help wondering what an onion does for the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's playing on my mind because I don't know what like the taste of onions. It is not let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roofs, Mr. Widow. Oh, this is separate. That punching transmitting device, it's amazing. Exactly what I thought when I first saw it. Makes you think, doesn't it? Only I had just been a normal horn and this would have happened. That's almost exactly what I thought as well. But I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you? Oh no, I would never say something like that. ask your opinion about that's all. Serious crime for the defense to attempt to extract information from the prosecution by illegal means. You gave us no picture! Okay. He's not gonna tell us anything. I guess we go to spells, I guess. Another place we haven't been. 3rd of October, Madam Two Spells. No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home via the confectionery. Scared makes you crave sweets? I can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anyway. That's strange. You should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork. Well, I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. Oh yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them, you just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? Sign says it's the Madame Two Spells special exhibit. You have to pay extra to go inside. I know. You believe that? Pay more money? Because we haven't been scared enough already. Not my doing, Mr. Naruto. Yeah, he's not working his waxwork side job, that's for sure. Old policeman isn't here now, obviously. Secondly, he's have to be on the jury, though. They said that London has a population of 6 million people. You seem to run into the same people disproportionately often, don't you? Guess there's nothing here. Go to the prison. Wow, he's really deep in thought, wouldn't you say? 23rd of October, local prison, cell 11. What's he doing? Oh my, the whole wall is silver covered mathematical equations. He's still writing more now. Professor, sorry to interrupt. Ah, Mr. Naruto. And who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikatoba. I'm Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Oh, if only I met a refined young woman like you sooner. This would have happened. No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all. Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would this court this morning. No. The whole thing. The whole miserable affair. It all happened because I've been such complete and utter clot. Professor Hairbrain. What have you been working on in your cell? Oh, you, mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. Well, it was all I had to hand. Oh, some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis. That's what it's called. No, actually, this is my autobiography. Autobiography? How I was diddled and fiddled by Albert Hairbrain. Found I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers and an impatient set of simultaneous equations. Really, I have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, see? So it's going to be a new serial publication next month. Part 1, Odd Birth. Which means optimism, that's for sure. Odd birth and odd upbringing. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case? Oh yes, of course. Been working through the numbers. I was diddled, I was fiddled, and by the pair of them, I asked them, and by the aloof engineer Drebber. Not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? Talk. Morning's trial. Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. Research, Mr. Asman, can you This machine. My hypothesis even. Sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way. No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. It's never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. He's honest. No, of course you didn't. This morning I realized something. Oh? I've done something wrong without knowing it. Or if you've done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you're aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. Believed in me this morning, you know? Barak did. He believed in my hypothesis. Well, I think it's just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case. Oh no, Barak wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. Did he? I think I understand now. Why is it he decided to take on the prosecution of my trial, I mean? Seeks motivation. If the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even. I feel like I dealt something kind of finishing blow there. Any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barak, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis complete and utter nonsense. And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor. Exactly. It would have been a case worse than death for me. Barak insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... You know him very well indeed. Extremely kind-hearted soul. Are you sure? That kind-hearted soul... And all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. What about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? Mr. Asman, do you think he set out to trick me from the very start? Sorry to say, but that does seem likely, yes. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financer. Looked over the paper I wrote and said my work would benefit the community, and it must be pursued. He was so enthused, he was so empathetic. In reality, he was just a mastermind in some criminal network, it seems. I still can't believe it. Also, the machine was essentially set as decoration for some stage management. Probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually. The scale of it wasn't just some small trick. A very elaborate feat of deception. All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. None of us have any money to do research, but we can't afford it. I know that feeling. Isolating birds with barely legal part-time work to try and earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. Go through all of that, only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe. It is, I agree. That's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which only leaves the engineer. Mr. Enoch Dreber. Dreber the engineer. Is he an engineer or a magician or a swindler? It was about a year ago when Mr. Asman first brought Dreber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. At no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist? Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist. What do you mean? He was possess a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. Yeah. Question. Genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation. C. The wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. Let's do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. No more clues that can give us about his warehouse? I'm sorry, we only ever discussed it, the kinesis machine. Nothing else. Although, just once, I did visit his workshop. What workshop? Trevor's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine. Here we go. Why didn't you mention this before? We have a lead! Every chance we might find the man there. His workshop, please. He's been the driver's place of work, then. It's just once, you understand? It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct a kinesis machine, see? Where can we find it? You have to go there at once. There's a good chance we'll find Trevor there. Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. Of course. I'm so sorry. I was more of half expecting that. See, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there. Yep. There wasn't any chances. It's incredible, the pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine makes it possible to obtain right. Huh? The indescribable scent of that imported oil. Miners across the world should forget their secret formula and use that instead. What do you think, Mr. Sato? You want that machine for your next birthday? Never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruto. I'm not sure if I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know every part of the workshop's address. Even a part of it. Do you have a business card for Mr. Drebber, for example? I was clearly cautious, Mr. Sato. Ah! Hi, Blazing. How are you? What's that smell? It's the smell of lies, decrepitude, and French oil perfume. Also, fart. Oh, I can't hear that. It's fine though. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's not on this stream. Okay. I'm shocked that this is not on the scene. You don't want to. Why do I not want to? Here we go. Lock the chat bubbles in place. Hide all of that. There. How are you, Blazing, anyway? Yes, I do. He gave me his business card once. It's right here. Look. Let me see that. Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you? Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. Just ate a bowl of ramen, so I'm good. That's good. You know, that's what I haven't had in a long time. You know, it's cheap and not the healthiest. It does taste good every now and then. Oh well, can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Trevor's card has been entered into the card record. I want to present a photograph to him. I also want to look at him. Oh, what's dark smudge here. Perhaps it's machine oil. Yes, possibly. Professor Herbert mentioned something about the oil which Trevor uses, doesn't he? There's specifically reported very high quality oil that's possible to obtain in Britain. Yes, that's right. But importantly, it's more fragrant than the finest perfumes. Excuse me. It doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Worry, I expect that's just because it's such a tiny amount. You know that there's oil on the reverse. Photograph of Trevor. I'll present the picture of Trevor. Alright, Brandon, what do you make of this? Nothing. Yes, that's just what I need to prove my hypothesis. No, it's nothing to do with your hypothesis, actually. Then take it away, I don't want to be bothered with anything. Alright. Your abundant hair on. What, it's detachable? Have Hey Gina. Let's go upstairs. Is Van Zeke still there? About 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck up to see it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it? Yes, we do need to get up there and look around properly. Though I'm honest, climbing all those stairs makes me chest. Oh dear. I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruto. Let's head up. The wrong area. Hi, buddy. You're not gonna tell me anything. We missed an examining here? It's the bird cage made of wood. If I'm not mistaken, the cage in which the victim was standing for was apparently beamed through the air. The bird cage, according to what Professor Harebrained said in court, is made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress. Despite having been an explosion and falling from great heights, relatively unharmed. Wonderfully durable construction, say. Understood. The forensic team, investigation team had taken it to examine it, so brought it back. Sadly, not with the body inside it. No, that's right. Construction not touching it. Be so much good. For the trial. Birdcage machine has been entered into court record. Already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruto? Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Minzeke's office. I see. And if Cosmo-sama really is still alive, Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak with him about that. So we just missed the... You're going to have to leave now. Yeah, forensic investigation are due to arrive shortly. Find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affair problems. Yeah, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mr. Suzuto. Of course. Photo. Yeah, nothing. She just loves stealing things from us, doesn't she? Let us gain the scene switched back. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate this. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. You finally caught up? In calls or content? And playing with your new friend here, yeah. Ah, yes, Toby. Then we can't look around on the station at Fred's investigation. You do anything, Gina? Your capacity as Inspector Lestrade? Yes, okay. I'd like to help you out. But I'm just a trainee, ain't I? Ain't nothing I can do. Suit, yes. prosecutor's office. I guess we can now go to Maninteh Spouse? No, nothing's changed. Where's Ho-Oh? Is he dead? This is before Ho-Oh. This... Actually, let's switch to invert real quick. And grab the box. This is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It is actually a prequel to the Phoenix Wright Attorney trilogy. This takes place in the late 19th century, so 1800s, in Japan and England. Play through 10 unforgettable cases as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the ancestor of Phoenix Wright. Defend your client, investigate clues, cross-examine witnesses, and present your case. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, both Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2, English/Japanese audio and enhanced graphics, art gallery, and music auditorium. Yeah, so Great Ace Attorney 1 started in Japan, and then we had one trial at Great Ace Attorney 2 in Japan. Yeah, audio. Because, this came out, what? 2021. And the original Great Ace Attorney Chronicles came out in Japan, what, 16 and 18? Yep, to Wikipedia we go. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Consisting of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which was 2015, and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which is what we're currently playing in 2017. And then this came out in 2021 worldwide, and then on July 27, 2021, and then 2 days later in Japan. So, old. Yes, that's why it says remastered and better audio and such. Where did I put my controller? Right here. Anyway, back to the game. There's no point in the prison. Go back to the laboratory? I know Pop Hat? What do you mean no Pop Hat? You mean Cat into Hat? Show Gina the business card? Oh, yeah. I just showed her the wrong thing was all, didn't I? You mean him? Who is currently hiding behind my webcam, so I can not have to use the webcam? Yeah, it's kind of either or on the scene. There's other things here as well. Okay, that's broken. I should fix that while I'm thinking about it. Oh look, I have a Discord notification. Let me. Who wants to put money on that? That's Moon. Oh, it's not. Wow, I would have lost that bet. Lone Wolf. Finally getting back. Oh, and now I have a new one from Blazing. Yes, cause more chaos, will you, Blazing? It goes on even when surrounded by F. Now, we want to, per Hawk, we want to go back to the experimentation stage and present the business card. It's, oh, hello. Ah, look here, Mr. Zito. Ah, yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. Was this because it fell from such a height? Guess from the height from which the balloon was flying, it fell down to the crystal tower below. Fall about 30 feet, or 9 meters. Huh. Interesting that we hear 30 feet or 9 meters again. Did it really fall from the balloon? Or did it fall from the teleporter? And tragically dead. Dun, 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 dun. Trevor's card. Oh, this Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning the letters at the moment. And I only know A to E, so it ain't too much bleeding trouble. Not actually, Gina. It's the back of the card that's important. How come? Just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. Out that this very high quality French machine. It's a very particular scent. What the heck is that? Blazing moo. Why do you have moo? Blazing, am I allowed to leak our DMs? Because there's only one way to get my attention that quickly. Okay. So we'll go full screen, toggle monitor, and Blazing really knows how to get my attention. I have this GIF favorited, I hope you know. It's great. He's just vibing. Yeah, he is. I love it. Yes, it's a very particular scent, apparently. Alright. You don't say. Let's add a lift then. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No. We didn't mean you should smell it. Chilling undisturbed in his own lane. Yes. Alright. You mean Toby? That's right, the dog! She has the dog! I forgot about that! Oops. Wrong button. Wrong button. Don't worry about it, guys. We're fine. Woof. Pup. Yes, we have a pup. I was wondering when it was gonna do that. Oh, we're fine now. These transitions have been weird if I accidentally press a button and immediately switch to a different scene. But we're fine. Since the smell is so good, he can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Grover's workshop. Sniff, 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 sniff. Think he's picked up a scent? So you mean if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby could lead us to that dodgy Cub's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. Oh, wait, when did you... Once a pickpocket, always a pickpocket. I can lead everyone to the Trevor workshop. I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. Alright then, Otto, leave it to me. Sorry. We're gonna get going after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but, hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. Afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. I ain't gonna get what's in the neck. It'll be the boss. Or poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. After her. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, we've done all the investigating we can here for now. we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Driver. I'm sure Gina and that little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? Yes. Alright, I'm dying to meet with him after all these 3 months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. We ought to find him in Madame Two Spells. He's supposed to be working with temporary waxwork. Yes, I still know about his latest unusual venture. Now we're supposed to go to Spells. Now I'm getting places. 23rd of October, Madame Two Spells. Museum of Waxworks. Here we are again at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't gotten used to the place yet. I still like to turn on my heels and go straight home, via the confectionery, of course. Sister really is after something sweet today, isn't she? Eek! What's the matter? Look, Mr. Darhoda, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. It looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that the temporary waxworks himself. Hi, Madame Two Spells. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I am quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. The precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean? But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow, can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. As you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? Alas, do not disturb. Huh? Poor Susato-san, she looks very perplexed. Shall we incite our waxwork? We really do need to speak to Mr. Sholmes. I'm lodging to say hello again. But where is he? I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh? What do you... Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I! The world-famous great detective and waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes! Susato-san! Susato-san! Oh. You made her pass out, Sholmes. My most humble apologies. I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madam, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not one of questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand? Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was easy as proverbial pie. Though I confess, I'm yet to partake of a pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far today, at that matter. Oh, poor Sholmes. It sounded like Grumble echoed around the whole museum. You managed to solve it so quickly. Ah, well, do remember I said it was largely solved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's the most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. In Japan, only Imperial Capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, waxwork was returned. It's amazing. Just between you and I, here the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded our ransom, no? yes, I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. Does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? In fact, I must ask you to keep Formatto to spells at all costs. For young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all. Poor Iris. Now then, I do sense that you have some business with this great waxwork. We do! Enoch Drebber. We're in process of trying to track somebody down. Oh? By name? Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. He's the swindler who duped the Professor Hairbrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer. Quite the modern man. He also seems to be a conjurer of some sort. Two, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. We have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. You have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least I could be in a better position to help. Yes, Trevor's appearance. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. So as soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I shall gladly give you my thoughts on it. So we need to present stuff to him. First thing I'm going to present to him is the picture. Oh, we don't have the business card anymore. Right. Sholmes, could you cast your eyes over this photographic print? Of Mr. Enoch Drebber, face of the engineer we seek. All Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. Looking at this photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, forgive me. Very interesting, very interesting indeed. He knows something of Drebber. What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You turned quite pale all of a sudden. Something else we need to present? We can present the bird cage. VOD Osmond, yes, the fearsome adversary. What? You mean you fought him? I once infiltrated his criminal organization in order to investigate the man and his activities. He saw through my disguise instantly. I still remember what the man said to me now. What was it? Whoever saw such a tall, old lady. Old lady? Indeed, but my special disguise hasn't seen the light of day again since that humiliation. Mrs. Minacle is retired. Mrs. Ministle? I would give my right arm to see that. Talk to Cosmo about Cosmo. So, Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? My dear Mr. Naruhodo, saying that that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship. Your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery. Discover what events led to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder. We examined Cosmo's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? Met him earlier today, victim, Cosmo Asogi. You're quite sure he was wearing some sort of mask, was apparently suffering from amnesia, but yes, I'm quite sure. It was Cosmo's. Must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume I was swept in the murderous atmosphere at the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Priceless. I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo? I could believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. Not you, Mr. Sholmes. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, that is all I can say. I have a suggestion, Mr. Narhut. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned. I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh yes, the Professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it for a mere 5 shillings? That's a special one-time only price, you understand? What? Jenny won't come again, I might add. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh, well, you have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone? The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it well worth it. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes? Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness. I can never tell with you. That's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits you behind the curtain. I invite you to pursue it at your leisure. Well, the money's been spent. So let's go in and see the special exhibit. Through those heavy curtains at last. 5 shillings we've had to pay. Doesn't seem right. Somehow Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it? No. We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is this what makes Britain great? Not to mention the demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands, or chip-loving inspectors. Inspector Gregson comes off rather well on that list, I think. 23rd of October, Madame Two Spells special exhibit. The head's gone. Where's the head? Oh dear, I felt the shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Miss Susato, I say we turn our heels and go straight home via a really big confectionery. Oh boy. We certainly can't do it. I've paid 5 shillings already. True. Actually, now I'm looking a little more closely. We've paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great diddling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this case. As we said, the case was largely solved. Be that as it may, Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer here. Didn't he? But where? We paid 5 shillings. Let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Yes, we will get what we paid for. Is that fear or frustration that's making the son's voice tremble? Must be the body. This must be the killer, known as the Professor? Yes. According to what Madame Two Spells said, killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. Waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. And now it looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? Moving it head ahead, that is. Perhaps we should examine a little more in detail. This is the condemned man. Yes, the so-called professor. Then perhaps his head chopped off by the guillotine, but it was not a piece. He emerged from his grave a helpless ghost. Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mr. Stowe? Anyway, the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it. Perhaps Mr. Sholmes absentmindedly forgot to reattach it. That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absentmindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned to the museum. That would be an extremely absent-minded thief. There have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned. Whatever the reason, it means that we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. Something just inside the concrete shack here. It looks like a piece of broken glass. Quite big piece, too. Very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where would such ridiculous I wonder? Suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength? Why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as in a big building, for example. It would have seen some of the glass was broken, too. You don't mean exactly the Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition. Why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside his blacksmith's check? Makes you think, doesn't it? That would explain how fingerprints match up if this is Adi Osman. Or Odie Osman. Early in the court, we established the kinesis room was a trick. Now we discover this fragment of glass here in the wax room. Is it just a coincidence? I don't think so. Let's investigate here. Part of the exhibit, just as disturbing as the rest. Looks so real. Seems to be a young man in white overcoat. He has a large shovel in his hand too. Look. Let's get a little more in detail. Oh, I just realized these menus are like the investigate menus, so I can spin. This would appear to be a lens in the middle, so it's probably a camera. It's so small. Their technology is incredible, isn't it? And what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints? Perhaps you should treat Mr. Sholmes' inventions as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, what would the man be in the graveyard at night with a camera? Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film. Well, I'll just borrow this for a little while, I think. Looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, we can see that the picture was taken. It's a photographic plate. It's a piece of glass coated in a special illusion. It reacts to lighting coming through the lens. Open the cover at the back. Find it. Look. See yourself. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, don't you? That's quite a large lamp the man's carrying. Or is it a lantern? It's not like Japanese Chochin paper lantern, actually. Lamp, lantern, Chochin. Point is, it casts very little light. If you're walking alone in the graveyard at night like this, oh, they certainly couldn't do it. Not sure if I could visit a graveyard at all, even in broad daylight, to be honest. Shovel. What a large shovel. He's holding it rather ominously, isn't he? What on earth is this man doing with a shovel in a graveyard in the middle of the night? Susato? That's a spade, isn't it? No, it's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. We've been through this, Mr. Naruto. It's a shovel. No. Although, we haven't considered trowels. Allowed ourselves to be distracted, I feel. Perhaps we should concentrate on the man that was doing it. We're going to bury the hatchet. God damn it! You're right, though. What's the man doing in the graveyard in the first place? Real question. What's we missing? Let's go back to over here. See if we can spin around. We can't. Okay. I think we've seen everything here then. Only getting the one crosshair. ominous looking owl. Why is this still not chat? Are we missing something here? See anything else available to us? Look at the camera. Wonderful machine. Really love contraptions like this, don't you? Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible. Almost irresistible, surely. Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I have to take it apart. That's worrying. His father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach. He's given up on having a watch. Poor Professor Manitoba. Goodness, now what was it? Blood! The bell is here. Very dark red stains. Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually. My. Well, I'm sure it's not what you think. Back. Look, cover can. Yes, now. Should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take. Wrong? There is no plate. It's been removed. Oh, what a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this would be the actual camera that was used at the time, which is like waxwork. Person. You never found a photograph of it, so you kind of coming back to life anyway. Yes, you're quite right, of course. Of course, she looks devastated. Looks like a mounting bracket on the bottom. If there's anything else besides the blood, is there? No. Almost as thick as it is wide. Yes, I've never seen anything like it. If you were to compare to a human, there's no such thing for such a comparison to how it is. Anyway, it can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely. Yes, I think so too. Probably made of especially unique things like great structure. What's in the glass? Everything else. I don't like how that's not checked off yet. There has to be something we're missing here. You know what, Hey, overcoat. We didn't look at the white overcoat. Hey, is this Mr. Drebber? It almost looks like it fits the bill. Can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh, do you think inhaling the exhibits was super? Put it back exactly as it was, don't worry. I was right! What on earth? How can I don't believe it. A black monocle. Posit this man is... Yes. It's Enoch Drebber. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. Indeed it is. Mr. Sholmes! This man... subject of your present hunt, I believe? Yes, that's right. Who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? Why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. So then the case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? It's largely solved in my words, I believe. But I must look at this again, tout de suite, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. Graveyard. Very hungry Irish still waits my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations. So do you know though? Something about this room is strange. What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed they are, Mr. Zato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it? I think it's time I educated a little about the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. About time! Shall convince? Resurrecting convict. I believe I've told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped out from their bodies. The hounds of the Baskervilles. Oh crap, this all ties back into that. Hang on, I'm gonna give you camera. Actually, this camera. Oh, I gotta give you camera back. There we go. So this all brings back the Hounds of the Baskervilles that he's been trying to keep quiet. So he's tied into this. What is like the weirdest angle we could take this? Or am I just overthinking at this point? Oh gosh, enormous hound? How awful. After taking the life of the fixed victim, the killer was apprehended. Okay. It was the cause of an unprecedented magnitude in Britain, if you understand. The case was unprecedented. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. Closed court? You mean that the professor's identity, as you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He is buried in a grave at the Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh? The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. He came back to life? Clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. Exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to the chilling events. Was a witness? Yes. Of course, my dear fellow. It was no other than the young man in white overcoat. Not Trevor. He saw it happen. Where is this leading us? Young witness. So this is a waxwork of the model of Enoch Drebber. 10 years ago, a convicted professor, having been inhibited and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. Making him 30 now. It was horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Trevor ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. The sheer terror of what he had seen said it had turned his hair white overnight. as shown in the photograph we have. His hair's completely white. Following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page of the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who came back to life. As you see, an exhibit was created here at Madame Tussauds. I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But I don't understand. What I don't understand what Mr. Drummer was doing in the first place. Lonely graveyard, middle of the night. Yes, what was he up to? He has a shovel. Makes him suspicious. Fair warning, great deduction further ahead. I figured we're going that way here soon. Only a matter of time. Professor Axel tears through London's upper classes in complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before employed a dog as a weapon of murder. Yes, I can imagine the impact of these. But and of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. Forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost, as a preposterous parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why? Simply because there was no resurrection to speak of. This was established in fact. What do you mean by no resurrection? Police investigated the grave in the Low-Grade Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution. No. But that would mean Mr. Trevor must have lied to the police and the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society, and nothing had been heard of him since. It's rather striking then. That he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. Trevor's hair is unusually white. That really did happen overnight as a result of shock. It's hard to believe that the incident was an out-and-out lie. What the bleeding Nora? What have you gone and done? Gina, what are you doing here? I asked Iris, and she said this is where you'd be, so... Where do you have the gun? Stop firing guns! Gina, not so loud in the museum. I don't suppose will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be more pressing concern. I still had some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so... Alright, Gina, we understand. Put the gun on the gun. Put the gun away. Sorry, I got scared. You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So what brings you here, Gina? What brings you here? What do you think? We found it. We found the Doggy Cove's workshop. You found Trevor's workshop? Good, Toby. Good, Toby. Took me straight there. Boss and the others are heading over there now in a drag, so come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. Alright then, see you there. You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still. What? I know my place. In the exhibit over there. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. Let's go, Mr. Sholmes, you're coming. Your words hearten me, I must say, but if I were to shirk my duties here, Madam would have me pay monetary recompense, and Iris's dinner plate would be empty once a month. Forget that. I'll pay for everything. There's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once. No offer to share the cost for Mr. Sholmes, then. I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Mrs. Stowe. Right, let's go. Now, I did not think the Great Deduction was going to be at Trevor's workshop. I thought it was going to be right then and there, the way you worded it. 23rd of October, Enoch Trevor's workshop. It looks like it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed, it would appear so, though only a prototype, naturally. You got here then. Tina, well done for finding this place. In such little time. Really worked miracles. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker.
He's so cute!
Oof, good Toby. I thought you'd lot show up before long. Hello, Inspector. It's one knitted brow. Looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer? Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here. Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate. According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue that you turned up. I wouldn't want to say, but go to Paris with a debt without a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I? Thank you. Anyway, if you're hoping to stick around here, I'd get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensic investigation team are on their way here as we speak. Him again. I imagine you've got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to a lawyer types, right? So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance. And you, Sholmes. Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do to lawyers. Very droll, Gregson. Very droll. You may consider me nothing more than an insignificant waxwork model. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. We'll eventually talk to Gregson. Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but that machine is covered by the special dispensation. Oh, that's right. Serious repercussions for the Crown and the government. Yet, he's still investigating it. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. Quite hollow inside, no working parts or devices of conception. No loose change dropped on the floor or nothing, not even a bone for Toby. Here, my dear fellow. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, Mrs. Doe. Oh, we can't even talk to Gregson. Wire? It was just blue. Oh, it's the plane. What on earth is this? Aeroplane, Mr. Naruhodo. One day, scientists believe it will allow humans to fly freely in the skies. Is that how the trick will be described? Is that how the trick will be described, is it? Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin, very strong cable, isn't it? Oh, well, this model is, yes, but a real airplane would actually fly high in the sky. While suspended from even higher in the sky, somewhere even higher in the sky, of course. Because a large metal object size can't really stay in midair unsupported. But to you, the solution is even ever taller towers. We can go up. The door. This door doesn't want to open. Yeah, looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it. Specialist locks it on its way over from the yard. Hands off till he gets here. Permission, Inspector. I could have that lock open in less than a minute. Well, you don't have permission. And no one's given it to you. Gregson does really enjoyed that. Oh, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Trevor must have fled at the first sign of danger. quiver. This is European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. You don't suppose. Crossbow bolts, these. And just the right size for the bow you bought turned up at the exhibition grounds. In other words. Yep. That's more evidence to support your theory. I'll go show that Drebber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam. So we just get updates to the crossbow, we don't get access to the bolts. There's a trophy. Ah, this appears to be the most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? Impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. No doubt that if you hit your shoulders with it a few times, that your aches and pains would soon go away. The Royal Society Trophy for Excellence in Science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor. Ah. Would you like a massage? No, I'm fine. Thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. It's becoming increasingly clear. There's much more to this Enoch Drebber than his conjuring tricks. I couldn't agree more, my dear madame. How about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Would you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course. He's not going to let that go, is he? No, I wouldn't either. I'm curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. Those gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. Right, this trophy's been... What? Oh. Something wrong, Mrs. Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it and all. What did you reckon, Toby? So cute. Right, mind the grease. Who's in there? Open up. This is Scotland Yard. What's in there? Someone. Oh my, someone is in there. Ah, rotten bleeding lock. Dear Gregson, as I only said only minutes ago. Only it were countenance, I could unlock the door in less than a minute. Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that plastic door. Ta-da! You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Nothing forward, I suppose. This is an emergency. There's a strong possibility beyond that door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Yes. Is this a to be continued? No, it's not. There's dynamite! What's happened in here? Why is everything upside down? Is it though? Not everything's upside down. Rats, there ain't no one here after all, but there must be. Only minutes ago that we heard those noises. It must be that the sound of Drebber running away. There's only one door into this room. No windows that could afford an escape route. Those skylights are too high. But there's footprints! What's that up there? Are they footprints? On the ceiling? Blow me, what do we have here then? You're not gonna address the dynamite in the room? Looks like someone's trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. For what? That Professor Harebrain's Barbie machine, is it? Blimey! If we had these, there'd been no need to muck about trying to investigate all that scrap metal. There's something of great interest here, too. Rope is lying on the floor at the foot of the pillar. Rope. What's significant about that? Never mind. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo. Let's investigate the entire room thoroughly, and before the forensic investigation team arrive, too. Thank you. You and I are both looking at the elephant in the room. Mr. Sholmes, you found something. Yeah, dynamite. I'm sorry, yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this? Let's see. Never seen anything like it before. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped in a large watch. Ah! Miss Isato, what's the matter? Surely that's a time bomb. What? Did you say a time bomb? Sorry, but what is a time bomb exactly? You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruto. I won't take that as a compliment. Huh. You don't know nothing, do you, Odo? You haven't gotten a clue what it is either, have you, Gina? I invite you to consult the dictionary later, Mr. Naruto. This particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it? I see, so that's it. Goodness, Mr. Sholmes, have you seen to the heart of the matter? There are times when I consider my lot most unfair, for I'm fated whatever I know how it feels to flounder when a puzzle presents itself. But I've learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective. So, here we go. I feel a great deduction coming. Once again, I can draw two conclusions from the scene we see before us. The first is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself. Oh, how could you? The second conclusion, the small device on the floor there, is without question completely genuine. Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything. It would be a pleasure. After all, it is a great detective's duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade. He's not happy. Oh, Inspector Gregson seems delighted with the idea anyway. Oh yeah, you deflected the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Jones. Well done. You're too kind, my dear madame. I hereby dedicate this great deduction to you. Kindly stand just there, Miss Susato. Oh yes, I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic number 1. Flipped furniture. It's plain to see that this room is in complete disarray. The bed, the table, and the chairs, the lamp, everything is upside down. Almost as if everyone in the room had until recently been happily positioned on the ceiling, before falling straight down onto the floor. While every item in the room was on the ceiling, are you suggesting that... Indeed, the key here is gravity. I fear that technology has at last succeeded in freeing us from the great pull of the earth. The gravity in this room was reversed and then suddenly restored to normality. The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth of the part of gravity played in this whole business. I quite understand your skepticism, Mr. Susato. I, too, was incredulous at first. However, my conviction in the final analysis admitted that what I observed this. An anti-gravity device, almost identical to one featured in the dream of mine only the other day, in fact. But why does that have a clock on it? Most relevant question indeed. That is the timing device which controls the gravity which the gravity direction switch. It's clearly a requirement for the engineer to be able to restore normal gravity automatically. The motion we heard later from the other side of the door was the moment the restoration occurred. Yes, the reason why everything had turned upside down was because of this anti-gravity device. So you see, we need to look no further to explain the state in which we now find this room. The direction in which gravity acts here was reversed by Mr. Drebber, before being restored to normality in automatic fashion by some time later by the timer device. I witnessed precisely the scene in a dream I once had when I fell out of bed. Because gravity was reversed. Okay, Sholmes. Topic 2. Missing engineer. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our great engineer's friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain this action is above our heads. Yes, the footprints. Yes, how it is possible there are footprints all the way up on the ceiling. General question and answer will lead us neatly to the truth. Dear Madame? The reason here are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. Of course, Drebber's aim was singular, to escape. However, there was but one way into this room, except in the skylight, that is. Ah. By inverting the gravity here, Drebber was able to fall conveniently to the ceiling, make his escape via otherwise inaccessible skylight, leaving those footprints behind on the way. But the ceiling here is very high, Mr. Sholmes. If gravity reversal was sudden, wouldn't Mr. Drebber have fallen up into the ceiling rather violently? Falling up is both scientifically and philosophically a rather interesting concept, I feel. The man was cornered with nowhere else to run, so escape to the skylight was his only option. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier. This offers a solution. It's the rope. The rope. Reach the intended destination with a better tool than this rope. Why would he need a rope if gravity was reversed? Anchoring one into the wall, the man was able to lower himself safely to the ceiling. Explains how Drebber was able to escape the room before our arrival. He reversed the pull of gravity and fled via the skylight. And personally, I should very much like to reverse the pull of the gravity again now, just for fun. Escaped via the skylights. No, for once, I agree with him. I don't think, though, gravity was reversed. But I do think he did escape via the skylight. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. Poor Gregson. Let's take a look at the court record before we get too carried away. Oh, we didn't have those evidences yet. Okay. Gina. Oh, Susato. She's completely spellbound. Mr. Sholmes, there's just one thing that troubles me. I would expect nothing less. You're destined to be troubled by just one thing for the rest of your life. The thing is such a thing actually possible? An anti-gravity device, I mean. I would say with man's current scientific knowledge at the turn of the 20th century, it is no more possible than an instantaneous kinesis. Which the whole thing, your whole deduction hinges on it. But my dear fellow, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable it may seem. Huh. It's a marvelous line, wouldn't you agree? And one of my more endearing pearls of wisdom. I had Iris come up with the exact phrasing. My original was clumsy. Yes, I have a feeling I've read it. Something that Miss Susato left me.
Objection!
Whoa. Actually, there is one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the spell's broken at last. The rope you found was on the floor, wasn't it? Indeed it was, and the lonely coils near the wall. But if Mr. Drebber had used it to escape in the way you described, wouldn't it still be tied to the wall? Mysteries inevitably unravel in the end, as I think you'll find no do ropes. evidence of such, you only need to look at the mystery we face in this room, now skillfully unraveled. And circular as the coils of rope. Perhaps we might need to give Mr. Sholmes the usual little helping hand. I agree, Susie. Sure, with some minor corrections, the great detective's great deduction will lead us to the truth. Yes, you're right. Must do it quickly, before Enoch Drover gets too far away. If you're ready, then let us resume. Sherlock Sholmes, Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Flip furniture. Alright. I'm not gonna read everything again. Yes. Complete disarray. Bed, the chair, the lamp, everything is upside down. Yes. Okay, the key here. Gravity. Yep. Gravity's room is reversed. Restored. Goodness. Rid of furniture clear reveals. That gravity could have been reversed in this very room. I find it utterly infernal. Only Mr. Sholmes could have seen such inspection. The man himself admitted it was scientific possibility, so yes, you're quite right. We must completely discount the idea at once. Oh, that's unusually merciless of you, Mrs. Doe. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The great detective said so, didn't he? Yeah, he did. While refusing to part with his dreams of anti-gravity devices. Yes, I suppose so. Let's see if we examine the topsy-turvy a little more closely. Reveal some proof of exactly the gravity of this was or wasn't. The safe is bolted. Everything I see is the large safe. Right vase. Wow, I wasn't expecting to find a pretty bunch of flowers in here, that's for sure. That? No, this slender little vase looks like it's about the top of it. Flowers are thriving. Well, it makes you think the fragility of life, wouldn't you say? Honest, Mr. Nakamoto. Also about me to rate a deeper. No, the upright
Take
vase.
that!
Upright vase clearly reveals the truth about the part of gravity results. On my word, Mr. Naruhodo, you've surpassed yourself by completely turning my argument on its head. Impress your assistants here, perhaps? No one is trying to steal your spotlight here, Mr. Sholmes. Trust me. Alright, as you rightly said, it appears at first glance that all the furniture in the room is upside down. This is unassuming slender vases you need to attend to. Unlike the large safe, there's nothing affixing it to the floor. That's the exception that breaks the rule. Sorry, pains me. The gravity in this room was never inverted at all. My deepest sympathies for your loss. Oh, poor Mr. Sholmes. The show must go on, so let us continue with our deductions. Now that we know that this contrivance is not in fact an anti-gravity device, there remains one other possibility. You don't say. When the rope turned over every piece of furniture in here. It sounds obvious, but these one mystery very solved. Why would anyone choose to do that? Quite, and naturally there is an explanation. Yes, the reason everything turned upside down is because the anti-gravity device. No, it's not. I've literally seen the reasoning of this one. All deduction. No. Read the lure of this exciting scientific explanation is too short. Somebody did this. Somebody turned all this furniture over. I just had a reason. Yes. Combination to the safe that's on the bottom of the chair.
Take that!
Yes, the reason why everything in here is turned upside down is because of the safe combination. Precisely. I believe, Mr. Naruto. You have a very similar experience once, did you not? Yes, last year. When I bought a letter, took a note the ticket number down on the inside cover of the book just in case. That's it. People who are forgetful souls of heart always make a written note of it. The ticket so safe would be more sensible, I think. And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruto? When the day job came around, I'd forgotten which book I'd written the number in and had to turn my room upside down to find it. That's it. For people who are forgetful souls at heart always forget where they're noted things down. Not if you always note things in the same place. I actually won second prize, you know. I couldn't remember which exact I slipped the ticket into, so I had to turn my room and say, oh, thank you, Mr. Naruto. I believe I've proved that point. Which is a very similar scenario that clearly unfolded in this room. Finding himself requiring access to the safety off in this room needed the combination code. Remember, he'd written out on the other side of the piece before he forgot which one. Leading to the state in which we find the room. Yes, Mr. Jabber overturned all the furniture here. In a desperate hurry. Locate the combination code that would unlock the safe. Okay. Find the safe combination. Solved. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Arguably, the greatest clue we have to explain this section is above our heads. Correct, the footprints. Yes, how is it possible that there are footprints all the way on the ceiling? The answer will lead us neatly to the truth, dear madame. The reason are the footprints on the ceiling because of the nearby skylight. Well, if a change in direction of gravity can't expand, then how do those footprints get there? The rope? So I feel that this particular mystery has just been hard to solve. Can't think of any other way to explain it at all. Oh, life was so much simpler in those halcyon days when gravity could be reversed. Minutes ago, and those halcyon days never existed in the first place. Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail. Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what gets us into these situations in the first place. Hello? There's a shoe. Why is there a shoe up there? Hard to believe, but there's a shoe up there. Look. Oh yes, there are more footprints on this little balloon too. Perhaps the shoe was thrown up there and became lodged, do you think? Judging from the number of footprints, it must have been thrown up several times. Could anyone be throwing shoes up the ceiling? Oh dear. That's what's beyond me, I'm afraid. Gas balloon, isn't it? Very tiny, but it does seem to be a real balloon. Yes, I think you're right. I think it's helium that's coming it up. Green gas balloon. What does that sound? Oh. You can see there are footprints in this balloon too. Oh yes, surely that's a clue, isn't it? It's either either the balloon or the shoes. I'm gonna say because of the shoe.
Take that!
Okay, it is. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe! And on closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never for the skylight at all, but the balloon. For what purpose? Green balloon. That seems somewhat familiar, Data. Huh. There was a piece of the green balloon's envelope that Mr. Naruto and Iris found on the scene. Yeah. And inside the green balloon was that Master God's claim that he saw above the stage when the incident occurred. That was the second ribcage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception. You mean, say, we assume the balloon in here is the model of the one used on the day. There's a strong possibility that something may be concealed inside it. Looking at our Absander was desperate to retrieve before making a hasty getaway. But balloon's out of reach. That's why he resorted to a projectile, namely the shoe. Most probably, Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by sealing it with the shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner of the lofty heights. Oh dear. Yes, we need to examine that balloon. There's only some way we could see inside. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. The rope. The rope. Reach the intended destination. What better tool than the rope? Introduction back to the rope. Alright, I have to admit, that was clever. So we just throw the rope up to the balloon and then pull it down with us to the ground? Which is much easier said than done, I feel. Yeah. It takes a very long time as well. True. Perhaps we need a more surefire method. Alright, we already have one, of course, don't we? Yeah. Crossbow bolt.
Take that!
The crossbow! To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this crossbow? There was one found at the scene, in fact. All likelihood it belongs to Mr. Drebber. The man who only brought it away with him that day. Could have avoided losing the shoe at such a critical time like this. So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, no doubt, my dear fellows. What is that Mr. Enoch Drebber has inside in that balloon? Bam! The head. What the? A waxwork? Indeed it is. A waxwork head inside a metal mask. A mask that is shut tight and fastened with a strong, quite impenetrable lock. You can't see the face inside, that means. Just a moment. This is the head of the waxwork model? What does that mean? Oh goodness. I see you've joined the Dotsmiths. Susato, excellent. Ah, of course, I have this waxworks model. The case of the abducted Madame Tuspel's model that you'd largely solved. Only the head of the killer that was still missing. Indeed it was. I believe Miss Madame Tuspel's will now have to settle for her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous professor. Yes. Why is it here? This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the professor from Madame Tuspel's, turning it sans tete earlier today, none other than Mr. Enoch Drebber. This is incredible. Professor Harebrain's case and the wax reduction are... They're inextricably linked by Enoch Drebber's workshop. The waxwork head has been entered into the court record. Well, it appears our logical pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows. All that remains is, yes, to speak with the architect of this adventure. Architect? You mean Mr. Drebber? As it seems, the quite impossible has escaped via one of the skylights. Yeah. They say the man must still be in the room. Yes! This location should be abundantly clear. The safe. Simply reflect on the journey we've made through this deduction. Mr. Trevor is right here, somewhere in this room. Yes. Mr. Naruhodo, will you do the honors? Yes, of course. Trevor's hiding place must be... the large safe!
Take that!
You didn't see it, but I pointed like it was an objection. Alright, before we gain access to the bedroom, I heard noises from which tells us the engineer was still in the building at the point in time. He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe. Pressed for time, he made no attempt to right the furniture that he overturned in the process, which we can deduce that his search combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Drebber is at this very moment inside the safe. This concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. Inside the safe. Solved. Is it truly solved if we haven't opened the safe yet? Deduction complete. Elementary. So, Mr. Naruhodo, you're about to. I think it's perhaps we ended this game of hide and seek, don't you? Opening the safe, you mean? What else? But if he's not in the safe, that means that the deduction was wrong. 4, 3, 2, 5, 8, 2. I knew that. Alright then, here goes. Hi, Mr. Drebber. You found me. He has a robotic hand. He's very robotic in nature. He got some smooth moves. You could almost say that he's a smooth criminal. Right then, sir. Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume? Correct. You let her start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built. And she'll have to explain the theft of the waxwork from ManintehHat spells as well. Else I would be delighted to answer your many questions. Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first. Deactivate? Or parcel? Refer, of course, to the time bomb I left in a most prominent position. I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me then. No! Mr. Sholmes! With only 7 seconds to spare. It was too close for comfort. I got 1 foot in the grave already. Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed? Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? More like life-dependent. Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. Resemblance to an anti-gravity device was really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist! Whew. I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes. But we were nearly blown up. What was that sideways glance in aid of Mr. Naruhodo? I thought that's meaning from the movement of people's eyes from your specialty, Mr. Sholmes. Never mind that now. Let's see what Mr. Drebber has to say for himself. What happened here? What on earth happened here? You found me, haven't you? No need to screw me down any further. Everything in here is precisely what it seems. Yeah, we'll be giving it a thorough going over, don't you worry, Drebber. Fails to click with me. That's how you were able to locate my workshop. That I was not expecting. When I heard whistling from the other room, I knew it was time to bolt. Ah, that would have been me. For some reason, I woke in fine fettle today. The words, just tightly squeezed chips. Clearly, I have a screw loose, though. I couldn't remember the combination for the safe. And another one loose, I couldn't remember which piece of furniture I'd written it down on. I also found a rope by the wall. I had hoped through the skylight. Sadly, the rope was too short. So I set about searching for the combination code to the open safe. Learning the incrimination blueprints, don't forget. Regrettably, though, you failed to retrieve the head from the balloon amongst the rafters. After that, you hid yourself in the safe? Having first set this parcel ticking. Well, I had no intention of being nailed by the police. You got a death wish, have you? Hiding right beside a ticking time bomb? Please, why do you suppose I chose to hide inside the safe? It's no ordinary safe, especially designed. A dynamite explosion wouldn't leave a scratch on it. In fact, the safe was the only safe place. Boo! Precisely. Once you climbed inside, you wouldn't have been able to get out again. I want you to look more closely. The safe is fitted with a handle inside, while the leather door to lock within. Ah, so it is. I still don't think you would have been able to do it. I always intended to blow this place to smithereens in any case. I just wasn't expecting uninvited guests to come along and screw up my plans. Do you mean to say you were planning to blow all this up? No. It was unforeseen. What do you mean? Most people run, you see, when they see a ticking time bomb at their feet. Huh. Calculate the time required to retreat to a safe distance and set the device accordingly. But your seemingly endless discourse in here threw a spanner in the works. Something wrong, Gregson? Do I have something on my face, besides the usual eyes, ears, nose, and mouth? We have a fairly good idea of what's been going on here now. What about the two incidents that you haven't really been involved with in recently? Hereby, instantaneous kinesis is a great exhibit, and the waxwork model. Yeah. Oh, there's no ordinary head, you know. That's the head of the professor. Clad in a mask with a lock so strong, I'm unable to open it safely to reveal the killer's identity. Been considering carrying it around as protection. After all, that's enough. About time they show up. What's going on here, Gregson? I'm sure you're aware that I have sole jurisdiction to investigate here. Yes, well... Sight again. Forensic investigators team are here. You know full well this engineer is a key witness. Why are you allowing this lawyer to access him? Well, Sharkheart knew this. You'd be finished. You lot, leave at once. Madame, there's no need for such a threatening tone, I assure you. After all, that's no way to greet an old acquaintance, is it, Dr. Scythe? Hello, Sholmes. Knows Dr. Scythe? It's protecting the machine next door that's causing such a sour expression on your face. You are quite misguided. Really, nothing more than a shell. Get out. But of course, we'll show ourselves the door. I see you haven't softened at all. Naruhodo? Yes? It would appear that our delightfully entertaining investigations have run their course for today. But Mr. Sholmes, let us leave this place in the doctor's capable hands. said get out. Now. All of you. Presence here is not required either, Gregson. Understood? I'll just say one thing before I head off. If it wasn't for this lawyer and his companions, we'd never have found this place. The whole workshop would have been blown to bits. There was a time bomb set in here. This lot disarmed. Respect. Something's giving you a chuckle, has it, Trevor? Oh, so sorry. Didn't mean to offend. You're quite right, of course. You did disarm the time bomb, didn't you? Yes. You did disarm that one. What are you? That one? Yeah, you mean... There's more than one. Not the Scotland Yard. It was an hour later that we heard the news. Of course, the enormous explosion that ripped through the experimentation stage at the Great Exhibition. Professor Harebrain's invention and all its secrets were blown away forever. To be continued. And we're just about at the 3-hour mark. So we're actually at a really good stopping point. These investigations really do just take 3 hours, don't they? Oh, we're going back to trial, it looks like. Well, I think this is a great stopping point for today. Before I push any button, who's live? Cam, Harkinian, and Suko. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't complain, Hawk. You're the one who's playing alongside me. I hope you get a little bit ahead of me, because we'll be playing this on Tuesday as well. So we're on episode 3 of 5. We're on trial part 3. I'm not going to read into trial part 3, but I just want to know how much of this trial we have left. Table of contents. So we just have trial part 3 and part 4 left. That's it. Okay. So we got 2 parts of trial. So I think we've got, what, 2 more episodes of episode 3? Be late for that D&D stuff. That's fine. You're more than welcome to join in whenever. So then, just looking at the other parts, like the other episodes, just based off save points, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're like almost averaging a full part per stream. So it's like it's broken down in like 3-hour chunks, which I think is a good pacing bit. So that means we have 4 parts in the next. So we've got 2 more parts of this episode. So that's 2 streams. And then 4 parts of the next episode. So that's 4 streams. That's 6. So we have 10 more streams left of this. Where does that put us pacing wise? So every 2 episodes is a week. So 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th week we only have 1 stream. The 5th week we only have 1 stream. So that's going to be 8. So we got about 6 weeks left of this. Unless I start giving overtime and such. I really don't want to give overtime today. Much as it would be fun to continue, I'm gonna want to push through the whole trial and get to uh, get through this game. It's God, it's picking up, and I'm having so much fun. So, oh, we get to meet his apprentice as a judicial assistant tomorrow. That's right. So yeah, we've got that coming up. So yeah, we got a lot coming up on Tuesday. I might give we might do some Monday streams, especially on those weeks where I'm going to Indianapolis and Detroit for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to kind of help keep us on pace. So we're getting this done before. So we're on pace to finish this in April, basically. So, what if I do 3 streams a week? Where does that put us? I guess we can go to just chatting, because we are just chatting for a bit here. Chat bubbles on the stream? Yeah, chat bubbles are on the screen. So if I do 3 streams a week, it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. So that's 3. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. That's 6. We could get, if we do, we might just do 3 streams a week to power through Great Ace Attorney before Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's a great thing to do, because 3 streams a week puts us basically finishing on Monday the 25th. If we keep to the 3 hours per part. And we might just push it to 26 depending on how we're feeling. Yeah, I think from here on out we're gonna go 3 streams a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, just to finish up Great Ace Attorney. I think that's what we're gonna focus on. So I will see you guys Monday, 5:30 p.m. We're gonna continue Great Ace Attorney. Hawk, are you available Monday? I know you said you're not available Tuesday. I think we need to push through Great Ace Attorney and get this completed. It'd be 5:30 p.m. It'd be 5:30 to 8:30, 3-hour blocks. At least with the Monday streams, I'm okay with going late. So if we need to do a 4-hour, we could do a 4-hour of that one as well. We'll see where things sit. It's great. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have locals on Monday. I mean, if you want to go to locals, I'm not going to tell you no. But if you're really mad at locals, like, I think it'd be a good break. So, I'm a bit burned out. Yeah, I get that feeling. Problem is I can't burn out right now because I'm about to start doing regionals. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna stick to Rescue Ace or if I'm gonna stick to Vanquish. I might end up taking Vanquish to Indy, which scares me, but it's been getting the most practice. So, all right, I will see you Monday at 5:30. That's where the F came from. Hi, Pika. So, Pika, I am thankful that you're here, but I have some bad news. We're ending stream because I'm actually pushing the button right now.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. This ship will self-destruct in 3 minutes.
Yeah, this stream will in fact self-destruct in 3 minutes. Anyways, to recap, especially for you since you just hopped in, Pika, we're going to be playing Great Ace Attorney 2 for the next few weeks to finish it up, because I actually have Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments coming up at the end of this month, and I got to get ready for those. So to help us get us done before those tournaments start, we're going to be doing 3 days a week, all Great Ace Attorney for March. So Mondays, 5:30s, play Fish, I dare you. I'm not. I don't have time to. 1, I'm banned from playing Runic, so I'm not going to be able to play the Fish variant I want. 2, I've been practicing Vanquish and Rescue Ace too much to switch right now. And 3, I don't want to take the headache of learning a new deck and then take it to a regional. I will hate myself and or kill myself. We'll see. Rescue, I support that. Yeah, we're a racist. I gotta either find a bonfire, buy a bonfire, or borrow a bonfire for my rescue deck. But we'll see where that goes. Depends. If people start borrowing my bonfires, I just play Vanquish. But anyways, we will see. Great Ace Attorney 2, Monday at 5:30 to 8:30, Tuesday at 6:30 to 9:30, and Saturdays from 12 to 3 for the next 4 weeks. We will finish this game before the Indianapolis Regional on the 30th. That is our goal. That is what we'll do. If I have to put in overtime to make sure we're doing 1 part per stream, that's what we're going to do. After Great Ace Attorney, I'm hoping to do Pokemon. I'm hoping they get Maxwell on so we can start doing the Soul Link stuff. That's what's planned for Mondays. It might end up being Tuesday since they have Yu-Gi-Oh! On their Mondays there. After Great Ace Attorney, we might be either playing Persona 4 Golden, or I will figure out what we want, but we've got time. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Persona 4 Golden. Worst case scenario, I'd be down for Pokemon. We'll see. Anyways, I am going to send us over to one of my good buddies, Cam. He's finally came back. He's got his nice new Baker model. He is playing League of Legends today, and I miss the guy so much. I definitely think he deserves some love. So I'm going to send this over to Cam Cakes. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope to see you Monday for Great Ace Attorney 2, Episode 3, The Return of the Great Departed Soul Trial Part 3. I hope you all are excited as me. I want to get this game through because I've been wanting to finish this since 2021. I really regret taking my hiatus, but it was much needed, and I missed all of you. I'll see you all next time.